Okay, y'all, so I have recorded this part of the video like 5 times already, and I feel like I'm trying to be politically correct when I just want to be real with y'all. I just want to be honest about the way I really feel about these topics. I'm not gonna hold back. I don't care about, anything. Like, I just gonna get this off my brain so I can rest easy tonight. You know what I'm saying? Justin Timberlake issued an apology to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson. He said individually, but he gave out like a basic statement, like letter, addressing both of them in it. And I don't care for it. It's really for Britney and it's really for Janet. But at the same time, you was wrong. Like, it doesn't do anybody any justice for you to say anything now. I'm guessing it would provide closure, I guess. But at the same time, nobody cares for it because Janet moved on. She's strong. She didn't need that. You know what I'm saying? She got over it without you. Because during the time of the Super Bowl afterwards, when she got all that backlash, she was supposed to do a biopic on Lena Horne. I think she was supposed to play Lena Horne, and then after that situation, everything got dropped. She got dropped from the project, and you were nowhere to be found. You got to attend the Grammys that year, and that was just like a slap in the face. Like, you could have took one for the team and been like, oh, okay, yeah, I pulled it a little too hard, you know what I'm saying, I ain't mean to, like, like, he just really like got out of jail free on that one. And I was just really mad. I've always been mad about that ever since it happened. It was like, how somebody say, oh, you left me out there to dry. I always thought about Justin Timberlake. So I'm like, that's the JT. You left me out to dry. We just call it the JT. You JT'd me, okay? But yeah, I don't accept it. And if you notice, like, patterns create truth, right? So I noticed afterwards, after that whole debacle of what happened, he, later down the line, he collaborated with Sierra, and they did the Love, Sex, and Magic song. And then he collaborated with SZA. And I'm just like, okay, you collaborating with all these, and it probably was a stepping stone for these ladies, so I'm not gonna, it's probably good for them. But I still was like, I don't want you around them. I don't know if you're, you're just a culture vulture, or you really like a part of the blue-eyed soul. Like, it always was Justin Timberlake, it was Robin Thicke, Remy Shand, Tina Marie, Kenny G, and Michael McDonald. But it's just like, I don't know if we can forgive you. It's almost like Black Twitter was the gatekeeper. They was like, what you trying to do? You want to apologize? Okay, we need to hear you, all right? We don't want like no like little blanket statement, something that you just wrote in your iPhone notes like last night and you felt like you just needed to say it. It's just really hurtful. Like, that type of behavior to me is hurtful. And let's not forget, he was caught when he was filming some type of movie or something. He was caught with his co-worker who was a Black woman. He was cheating on Jessica Biel, and he was all, you remember when they was holding hands and walking around, and he was like, oh, I didn't mean that, I ain't mean to do that, y'all ain't really see that. I'm like, I don't trust him. I don't. So he can cry me a river because I don't really care. So Basketball Wives is back on, and I am not enthused about it. I feel like last season, how they treated OG and the colorism of the show, and how it's the mean girls versus like the outcasts, and how women will try to like kiss up to Evelyn, to try to be in their clique. And I'm like, y'all women is grown. Like, y'all like 30 plus still acting like this. And at first it's entertaining. Like, when my frontal lobe is not developing, I was all into some of these shows. But now it's like, you're really perpetuating colorism on the show. And some people were like, well, Kristen, she's dark skinned. Kristen has that appeal the same as like Tatiana Ali, Ashley from Fresh Prince or Chili from TLC, like how they're dark skinned, very beautiful, and they have like the wavy hair and small features. So it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't seem out of place for some people. They're like, okay, you know, she's the quintessential dark-skinned chick that's acceptable. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they need to apologize to OG, because OG is a very beautiful woman. She has full features. I only feel like on the show, I feel like she has gold undertones. So when that happens, you should, you know, have warm colors as far as like lip colors. You should just warm up your makeup and it really accentuates your face. But other than that, you know, very beautiful woman. And I feel like I hate the whole European beauty standards of this country, but I also feel like, you know, it's supposed to be a show about Black women. I know it has gotten a lot of flack over the years. They're like, oh, these women ain't wives, but whatever. I just love to see successful Black women any type of way. You know what I mean? So even like Married to Medicine, shows like that. So even any type of way they getting it, they out with this lifestyle. They're, you know, going to lunch and brunches. It's just, I don't know. It's just good to see. You want to see it. But when it comes to the fighting and stuff, of course it brings ratings. But when you're like perpetuating a colorism narrative, like OG is the villain, and you know, Evelyn, she gets to start over anew every season. She could be like, oh, you know, I've been doing my weight loss journey, I've been baptized, but you just ran over a table to beat up your friend who you cool again with, and you not cool, then you cool with her. And then, you know, throwing wine bottles and cussing people out and hitting your vagina and acting really crazy and weird. And that gets forgiven. It's like she gets a new slate and everybody else has to like walk on eggshells. And if Shani was a real friend, she would sit down with Evelyn and just tell her, like, I understand, you know, what you're doing, because, you know, we getting money together, but you know, you need to check yourself. And that's what real friends do. They tell you when you need to check yourself. And I don't know, I just don't like the show anymore. Like, I might stick my head in the door to see what's going on, but until they address the issues of the colorism, of the mean girl bullying, of like, you know, put some more wives on the show and show us other characters, because we haven't seen like Cece and, you know, her family dynamic. We don't really get to see that much of it. We don't get to see OG. Well, OG, let me tell you something, she is really making moves on the show. Like Tammy was making moves and stuff, but Tammy just didn't want the drama, so she's gone from the show. And it's just like now it just seemed like people trying to get into Evelyn's little clique, and you know, it's not entertaining anymore, because you don't have like variety. It's like people just trying to get into the popular girls table, and it's whack now. So it is what it is. I'm not watching. So finally, Tessica Brown, aka the woman that had the Gorilla Glue stuck in her hair, is finally free from it. You know, that month-long hairstyle. But I must say that hairstyle is really cute. It was very cute. Let me start off by saying that. However, they brought up another topic of the fact that, you know, how Black women, we do love to get our hair done. And we, you know, after her surgery, shout out to Dr. Michael Obeng, he, you know, got the chemical that's in Gorilla Glue, and he figured out how to break that down, and she had some hair left. I didn't think she was gonna have any hair left. I was really nervous about her scalp, but it turns out, you know, she got a little bit of hair left. Her edges a little messed up, but he said, you know, she can be okay, she can recover. Like, her hair follicles are not totally damaged, which I feel like is crazy. That man knows what he's doing. But they brought up the conversation that Black women, we love to get our hair done, and we always feel the need to have it done, presented properly. And I feel like that didn't come from us. Again, that's another European standard that was placed on us to have our hair well kept. So it was internalized kind of in our community that you gotta have your edges slick. You gotta, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of wore my hair like this for the video and just said whatever, because it's very important to embrace what you have. And I'm not saying, I'm not against weave. You know, I wear my weave. I can't wait to figure out what my next weave gonna be. But you know, it's just being comfortable with your hair. Now the movies for this week are Judas and the Black Messiah, and also The Butler. I want y'all to watch both of those and come back and tell me what you think. If you've seen them already, feel free to put in the comments what you think. I love both movies because, number one, I haven't seen Judas and the Messiah, but I know I'm gonna love it. And The Butler, I love the fact that it gives you different perspectives on the Black experience in this country. And I think they're both of the narratives that are explored are very necessary. So I feel like you need to watch them to really, it give you a different perspective, and you'll really start appreciating, you know, our ancestors and what they've done for us. So enjoy. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please check out Heal and Hydrate. It's in the description box below. I had a good time with y'all. I said what I wanted to say, and we out.